gentlemen, Janine Garofalo will be right out in just a second. But first, let's check in with our tour guide, Chris, and see where we are. What are we looking at over there, Chris? Can you tell us anything about it?
Well, Conan, inland to your left, that's the 77-story Chrysler building. It was once the tallest building in the world.
Really? The Chrysler building. That's really incredible. Well, I'd like to take a look at the Chrysler building a little closer up. I've got a little spyglass right here, just to see what it looks like. There we go. I think that's it. Oh, look, Andy, it's Ed Koch.
Really?
Yeah, and he's eating a giant tub of peanut butter with an oversized spoon.
Well, that's what Ed Koch does.
That's kind of what he does best, I think.
Yeah.
All right, always nice to see these things. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know my first guest tonight from the film Reality Bites and from HBO's The Larry Sanders Show. Please welcome back to our show a good friend of ours, Janine Garofalo.
Yes.
First of all, it's only right to start off. Would you care to wear a silly sailor hat?
Absolutely.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Is this got tassel in back?
Yeah, it's got, I think, is it tassel in back? Anyone here know? Tassel in back? You just know how to chant boat, 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 right? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. You know what we've learned?
That people like to chant the word boat.
We've learned, Janine, that on the high seas, anything counts as a anything can be converted. How are you? How's life going?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Is this mine?
Yes, this is yours. This is Isaac's punch. Very good.
That is so amazing to in my 30th year, come to a point where I get a mixed drink from Isaac the bartender.
Isn't that
That's what it's all about.
Isn't that having a show business wish fulfilled?
It is. All the years bombing in comedy clubs, 10 years, it's all come to fruition right here in this mug, and it's all worthwhile.
That's kind of, yeah, well, if we could make it all worthwhile, then I think we haven't really done our job yet, and we'll keep trying.
Okay. Why, thank you.
All right, and you're free to eat the orange at any point.
Okay, thanks.
Now, life is going well for you. Tell us, what projects are you involved in?
Well, I just finished hosting a show for Comedy Central called Comedy Product, which will be on either sometime in the summer or sometime in the fall. I don't know.
So this is just turning out to be, for you, the greatest year possible.
Oh, yes, yeah.
You're a special one off without a hitch.
The HBO
thing,
well,
and you get a drink from Isaac. So everything's just sort of cascading now. This is just goodness cascading all over you.
Right. Well, the Comedy Central thing was fine, and then the HBO One Night Stand I did recently was fine, except for there was kind of a weird stalker guy in the front row who...
Really?
I mean, who would think I would have a stalker? And really, that's like really odd that I would, because I think I have like maybe 15 fans on the internet across this country. Maybe they're like the secret 15.
No, you deserve a stalker. No.
Well, he was sitting in the front row. We taped at the Fillmore in San Francisco, and I had to go there for sound check at 3:30 in the afternoon, and he was there. With a T-shirt with my face on it. So we had to go and make one, because they don't have T-shirts with my face on it.
So that's a sign of desperation right there, that he went to that trouble.
Yeah, and then he sat in the front row for both shows. And so I had him come up on stage on the second show so they could get coverage on him in case I die or something, so that people would be aware of his physical appearance, so that in case I get murdered, that this would be the man to look to.
It would be the guy, he'd be easy to find. He's the
guy
with your face on his chest, yeah. I don't know. I envy you. I would kill for a stalker. I don't have a stalker, you know.
Oh, be careful what you wish for.
Really? I look at the front row here. I see, you know...
Smiling faces.
I get Regis's stalker coming here to see my show. You know what I mean? That's what I get.
Wait, you're showing a shirt. Does it say Conan on your shirt?
No, it says Andy.
Andy!
There it is. It's an Andy shirt. That's very nice.
You're on tape now.
Just in case something happens, we know what you look like.
So everyone's got a stalker except me. Oh.
I'll get you one.
My life's going down the tubes fast.
You'll get one, don't worry.
I've got this goofy hat. All right, now you're, I understand you actually were working on another with Michael Moore.
Yeah,
right?
I do some stuff occasionally for Michael Moore, who did Roger and Me, and now he has a TV show called TV Nation. And Michael Moore is he's the greatest guy, but he's totally a guy who likes to get to the bottom of things, and getting arrested is his favorite thing, and if he can get the correspondents arrested, he would like that too. So I did a piece as a correspondent on Greenwich Beach in Greenwich, Connecticut, which is off limits to anyone outside of Greenwich. So Michael wants to, you know, expose this elitist exclusionary policy of Greenwich because he feels no one can own the water. So he sent me out to go to get a beach pass in Greenwich, Connecticut, and of course I don't live there, so they wouldn't give me one, but he wants like a hoo-ha. But, you know, with me, I go up there and say, can I get a pass? And the woman says, do you live here? And I said, no. She goes, I'm sorry, you can't have one. I'm like, okay, thanks, bye. So that's like, thank you very much for your time. So that wasn't good enough.
I don't want to be of any more bother. I'll be leaving now and taking my TV crew with me.
Okay, that's fine. And then
make the worst 60 minutes.
I know, but it gets worse than that. Then, so he puts me in a boat to try and row on to Venice Beach, which doesn't work. Not Venice Beach, Greenwich Beach. Doesn't work. And I'm like, okay, fine, I can't go on. Okay, bye. Row away. Then they wouldn't let me on. So then finally it wasn't working. So I just dove in the water. I just tried to swim on in my clothes, and I had glasses on, and I swim in, and it took me like 30 minutes to swim to where it's illegal. And they have the Coast Guard waiting for me, or the Greenwich Coast Guard, and then there's cops waiting for me on the beach. But I have to swim in. There's nowhere for me to go. And the people of Greenwich were waiting for me on the beach, too, hurling insults and screaming and yelling. And I was so willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, yet they really turned out to be a very unpleasant group of people.
Very angry with you.
Very angry with me.
They beat you with
They
lacrosse
were
shirts
yelling and hurling insults, and I'm such a loser. Like, I reverted. There were some young people yelling at me, and I went, has anybody ever seen Reality Bites? You know, it was like this horrible moment. And so a couple of them go, yeah, that was me, that was me. And I took my glasses off, bangs, I had bangs. And so that quelled a couple of them for a second. But then there was like all these other ones, older ones, and I said, bye-bye, love, did you enjoy that? Paul Reiser, everybody likes Paul Reiser, right? And that didn't work, and they were yelling at me. And then
and you were all wet,
I know, I was totally wet, and they had to have a lawyer for TV Nation come down and beg the cops to let me run to a waiting car over the thing. So that was bad.
Well, Janine, you're with us now, and you're on a boat.
I'm in safe,
and you're drinking one of Isaac's drink, and everyth's fine now.
Okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have a little more with Janine Garofalo when we come back, so we'll see you in just a second. Stick around.
Andy! Conan! Oh, my God. It's a giant squid! Ah,
There you go, man.
woo! That was frightening.